Ladies and gentlemen, I present Barrington Irving, the youngest round-the-world solo pilot who was recently honored with a congressional resolution for his achievement in nonprofit work in introducing to young people. Barrington.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly an honor to be here this evening with you all. I'm truly humbled. My name is Barrington Irving. Last year, on June 27th, 2007, I completed a historic flight around the world that made me the youngest black to do so. I accomplished that feat at 23 years of age. The youngest person before me was 37 years of age. I'm founder and president of a nonprofit organization I developed called Experience Aviation, which I founded at the age of 21. My purpose around the world was to prove to any student out there that dreams are still alive in aviation and dreams can still be accomplished. I had to work hard. I had to persist. My involvement in aviation didn't just come about. I was introduced to this wonderful industry by a United Airlines captain at the age of 15. He walked up to me, asked me if I ever thought of becoming a pilot. I looked at him crazy until he told me he made $117 an hour. Said, you know what, let me give this a try. I came up with the concept of flying around the world to simply prove a point. A lot of people laughed. A lot of people thought that I wasn't able to do it. I was this inner city kid who didn't have the money, nor the experience, nor the training. How would he be able to fly around the world? Flew around the world in a Columbia 400. Took me 2.5 years to get my first sponsor. And as any other pioneer in this room, I worked hard and I stayed dedicated and focused to the mission. I trained myself. When I departed to fly around the world, I didn't have a chase plane. There was no one following me. Simply had a dream, and I simply had a passion. The same way legends before us were their dreams and their passion. There's nothing greater After flying around the world, I've realized there's nothing greater for a human being to realize what their passion is. And I realized it in an inadvertent way, having the opportunity to fly around the world. Being here tonight, Arabia, 17,000 feet in the air, looking around. The next thing you know, I have sand coming in my aircraft. You see, ladies and gentlemen, as great and dynamic as it was for me to set 2 world records, this moment tonight reminds me, I'm just a particle. I'm just a particle that stands here amongst great pioneers, great history. Now, this one particle that was able to fly around the world, by the way, I didn't know how to swim. And the highest mountain we have in Miami is the back of Alligator. But this one particle that flew around the world was able to impact so many kids across the nation and across the world. Through my website, experienceaviation.org, and through our promotional efforts, we've impacted over 500,000 students nationwide. But I don't just plan to stop there. As we look into the future, what do we see? Seriously, what do we see? We certainly see that technology is advancing at a rapid pace. What about our workforce? Our workforce stands. We have such a tremendous need for engineers, a need that will not be met in the next 5 to 10 years. There's a tremendous need for air traffic controllers, tremendous need for pilots. What are we going to do about this? You see, for me, I've realized that I'll do the best that I can to address this problem as we look into the future. Through my nonprofit organization, which is Experience Aviation, my plan is to impact 5 million students. That's right, 5 million students by 2012. How will I do it? Can't do it by myself. One of my major goals is to bring aviation to the classrooms. Because of the security restraints, we're unable to bring students out to the airport in the fashion that we're used to. And my priority is to bring aviation directly to the classroom. Now, how will I do that? I've started a learning center in Miami, filled with simulators, wind tunnels, and so forth, that I plan to franchise out. But what more will I do? I'm planning to take my organization on wheels and go directly to the classroom in the parking lots, be able to supply books, supplementary curriculums that's being designed on the concept of me flying around the world, a documentary, and other promotional materials that will be able to engage students. Because you see, when I was captivated by aviation, as many of you all here in this room, no one had a PowerPoint display. No one had a business plan. Someone simply showed me how to enjoy the gift of flight. They simply showed me what exactly they did and what their profession was. And I plan to do the same. To show them a world that they dream about, a world that most of them don't even know exists. Many students are unaware of that they have a hidden passion for. That's my focus. That's my job. That's my responsibility. Being honored by Congress next month with a resolution passed in honor of what I did flying around the world, it's not just to set a record. It's to make a statement on Capitol Hill. Aviation is a vital part of our economy. And if we don't do something about it, we're going to lose the very essence and the very passion that these great men and women fought for. 5 million by 2012. Legends, pioneers, what do you see when you look into the future? Thank you for having me here today.